Welcome again, 5th grade students. This is Miss Iman El-Hashlamoon again. We are going to continue our lesson about direct speech and reporting words. We have note here. Remember, when we write what a person says, we put it within speech marks. And we said that this is called speech marks or quotation marks. Again, if we want to put what a person says, we have to put it within speech marks. Within speech marks. Okay. We said that we often use said and asked as reporting words, as we have here and as we have here. We used asked and said. And we said that asked Robert, this is the speaker of this question. This is the one who asks this question, and we call them reporting words. Asked Robert is reporting words. And here, said Lucy, it is reporting word and it is the speaker of this statement. The speaker of this statement is Lucy. Lucy said, let's go somewhere exciting. And we said that we have to put the speech marks. We have to put the speech marks at the beginning of the statement and at the end of the statement. We have to put the speech marks at the beginning of the question and at the end of the question. And we said that the reporting words, we may see the reporting words at the end of the statement or at the beginning of the statement or in the middle of the statement. And we said that statement means sentence. If I say sentence, I mean statement. Okay. We can use other words that show how someone spoke the statement or the sentence. How someone spoke the statement or the sentence, or how someone asks the question. How someone asks the question. May that one spoke the statement by shouting, screaming, whispering, exclaiming, or explaining. These words show me how someone spoke the statement or how someone asks the question. How? Okay. Here we have 5 meanings and we are going to choose the correct word for each meaning. We have to choose the correct word for each meaning. Okay. Let's start with number 1. To speak in a loud voice. To speak in a loud voice. Which word from these words, shout, scream, whisper, exclaim, explain, means to speak in a loud voice? Which one? Yes, shout. Shout means To speak in a loud voice. Okay, number 2. To speak in a quiet voice. Which word from these words means to speak in a quiet voice? Yes, excellent. Whisper. Whisper means to speak in a quiet voice. Number 3. To give information to help someone understand. Which word from these words means to give information to help someone understand? Who can tell me? Yes, explain. Excellent. Explain means to give information to help someone understand. Number 4. To speak loudly because of feeling angry or afraid. Which word from these words means to speak loudly because of feeling angry or afraid? Yes, scream. Scream means to speak loudly because of feeling angry or afraid. The last one, to speak loudly and in surprise. To speak loudly and in surprise. Which word means to speak loudly and in surprise? Yes, exclaim. Exclaim means to speak loudly and in surprise. We have exclaim and we have explain. Explain to give information to help someone understand, but exclaim to speak loudly and in surprise. Exclaim, we have the letter M. Here we have the letter N. N. Okay. Number 4. Choose words from exercise 3. These words: shout, scream, whisper, exclaim, explain. To complete the sentences, we have to choose these words to complete the sentences in question number 4, and we have to add the punctuation marks. Punctuation marks. We said that punctuation marks means علامات الترقيم. Okay, let's start with number 1, with sentence number 1. Look at the emperor's throne. Look at the emperor's throne. Which word from these words we have to use it? Yes, exclaim. Exclaim. Why we use exclaim here? Exclaimed. Why we use exclaimed here? Because Lucy said this statement in surprise, and we said that exclaim means to speak loudly and in surprise. Look at the emperor's throne, exclaimed Lucy. Then we have to add the punctuation mark. We said that we have to use the speech marks at the beginning of the statement and at the end. At the beginning of the statement and at the end. Who said this statement? Lucy. Lucy is the speaker of this statement. Okay, number 2. Chinese emperors always had beautiful gold thrones. Granddad, which word from these words we have to use? Go ahead. Which word? Yes, explained. Explained. Because Granddad here gives us information about Chinese emperors. Granddad here gives us information about Chinese emperors. The information is Chinese emperors always had beautiful gold thrones. Granddad explained. We said that explained means to give information to help someone understand. Then we have to add the punctuation marks. We have to add the speech marks. Yes, at the beginning of the statement and at the end of the statement. Number 3. The emperor looks very angry. Robert quietly. Which word from these words we have to use? To speak in a quiet voice. Which word means to speak in a quiet voice? Yes, whisper. Whispered. Whispered. The emperor looks very angry, whispered Robert quietly. Then we have to add the speech marks at the beginning of the statement and at the end of the statement. Number 4. A soldier stop whispering. A soldier stop whispering. Which words from these words we have to use? Yes, shouted. Shouted. A soldier shouted, stop whispering. And we said that shout means to speak in a loud voice. A soldier shouted, stop whispering. Number 5. Suddenly, something small and gray ran across the floor. It's a mouse. It's a mouse. A lady and jumped on a chair. Which word from these words we have to use? Go ahead. Yes, screamed. Excellent. Because we said that the meaning of scream to speak loudly because of feeling angry or afraid. Here, the lady is afraid from the mouse. The lady is afraid from the mouse. So, she screamed and jumped on a chair. She screamed and jumped on a chair because she is afraid. She is afraid from the mouse. Okay, that's it for today, my dear students. Thank you so much for listening the video. Goodbye and wait me in another video.